With The Mandalorian Season 2 right on the horizon, rumors are swirling, circulating, being absolutely blasted across the internet about there being problems with the production of Mandalorian Season 2 and whether or not Pedro Pascal is going to be involved at all in the second half of the long-awaited, highly anticipated Disney Plus original series. And I'm here to tell you guys my thoughts on the subject because, quite frankly, I'm frustrated by basically freaking all of it. And I'm going to tell you guys why. So first things first, we have to kind of go back a few months to a story that Doomcock ran with. And when I say story, I don't mean any kind of legitimate scoop. I legitimately mean this is something he pulled out of his rear end. Because what he was trying to do was trying to say that there was drama afoot with the Kathleen Kennedy wing of Lucasfilm and Favreau and Filoni and all the nonsense in between. Not actually having any valid understanding of how the Hollywood system works, but trying to act like he does. But either way, he claimed that there was trouble in paradise and that Kathleen Kennedy herself had been banned, I tell you, from the Mandalorian Season 2 set. That's right, folks. He wants you to believe, the masked man himself wants you to believe him when he says that the head, the president of Lucasfilm, was banned from the set of The Mandalorian Season 2. The head of the company, the person who signs everyone's paychecks, who greenlights projects, who greenlit The Mandalorian, has been banned from the set of Season 2. Obviously, that's nonsense. Obviously, it's another one of his many, many, many lies, but it's only one piece of this particular puzzle. Then we hear from Grace Randolph that Pedro Pascal stormed off the set of Season 2, that they told him, the creatives behind the show said, well, if you don't like it, then you should leave. Why? Because he wanted to show more of his face in Season 2, whereas in Season 1, he only showed his face one time for a brief period of time, and he wasn't even on set during that. And that's actually what I find to be interesting about Grace's whole take on this situation. She fails to acknowledge that there were two stunt doubles for Pedro Pascal during the production of Season 1. There was the gunslinger and there was the combat expert. Both of those men are heavily featured in the making of the Mandalorian 8-part series that came out on Disney Plus a few months ago. We know about this. Bryce Dallas Howard talked about this when she was going around and making interviews before, or I think it was like right around the time her episode aired last year. We've known about this. Nothing about this is new information, but Grace omitted that information while spilling her tea, which I thought was kind of rather disingenuous. This is just goes to show you that when it comes to the scoops, you have to really pay attention. The wording that people use, and of course, the logic behind it. Now, do I believe that Pedro Pascal wanted to have more time out of his helmet? Sure, I have no problem believing that. Did he want more money? Yeah, given the success popularity of The Mandalorian, again, that does make total sense that he would want more cash for his part. This is just standard fare when it comes to dealing with actors in these kind of popular shows. However, is he enough of a diva to where he would be told by the creative team to just leave? No, I don't think so. Nothing about that makes any bit of sense. He's under contract. Word about that would leak out there. It would come through more reputable sources in Grace Randolph. It would come in through Hollywood Reporter. It would come in through Deadline. It would come in through Variety. One of those three would break it. And at that point in time, then yeah, I probably would believe more of it. But here's the thing. No one else is reporting on it. No one else is talking about it. No one else is giving it the time of freaking day. Why? Because it's nonsense, because it is a load. Now, Josh from Den of Nerds has tried to come out and run defense for Grace, saying that he talked to his people and that he had heard that Pascal was a bit of a problem child. But that's not even really defending Grace. That's still just, coming out and saying what he had heard, but it was flimsy at best. I'm not trying to discount Den of Nerds. He obviously knows what he's up to. But I watched his video on the subject, and I didn't leave feeling like I knew anything else or anything that was, in fact, concrete. It just came across like I need to run defense for Grace Randolph for some reason, and that is what it is. Now, Jason Ward from making StarWars.net, whatever you might think of him aside, he posted a video today where he was talking about The Mandalorian and what he had heard. And everything he had heard was that production on season 2 went absolutely swimmingly. That production on season 2 was wonderful, that there were no problems, and he would have heard about these kind of problems from the people that he knows, because he actually, out of everyone involved in this scenario that I've mentioned thus far, have actually been able to break scoops and has actually been able to prove that they have connections when it comes to that particular camp. Now, also, on IMDb, of all places, we got this covered as an article that popped up debunking this as well. And at first, I rolled my eyes because I went, what? Why is we got this covered on IMDb? Oh my God. But then I looked and I saw that they ripped their article off. They sourced their article, I should say, from Mikey Sutton. And I do know Mikey personally, and Mikey has said that everything that Grace has said is bullshit. And look, he's got his own track record. And again, him and Jason are people that have valid track records. You know, Grace has had some things maybe with Snyder. She got the Snyder interview, but people tend to back it up. And people in this video are going to say, oh, you're just out there. You're just talking trash about Grace and Randolph and Doomcock. And like, yeah, kind of, I guess. I mean, I don't like Doomcock because I don't like his politics and the fact that he LARPs as a fascist commandant dictator type over on BitChute. And Grace herself, I just think she runs her mouth a bit too much. I think she doesn't have all the information, and she prefaces certain things in a way that comes across as wholly disingenuous. And I will say this, when she goes on Twitter and she drops tea on Twitter, which I hate that effing term, by the way. It's, come on, we're adults here. We don't watch Real Housewives of Batu or nothing like that, or Real Housewives of Mos Eisley. We're not in that world. So stop using this kind of internet slang to be like, oh, I have all of the tea about what's going on with Star Wars. Not really. Not really. Because nothing she has said thus far has actually come true as far as I know it. And I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big part of it. Grace likes to run with things. She's done this before where she'll go to Twitter and she'll feel out whether or not she should run with a particular piece of information in a video form. But if she doesn't do a video on it herself, then I don't necessarily believe it. And she didn't do her own video on this Pedro Pascal information. She waited until the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer dropped and then talked about it in her trailer reaction. It was only a very short teaser trailer. She needed something to pad out some time, so she brought up this drama that, again, hasn't been proven by anyone. In fact, at this point now, it's more disproven than practically anything else. And in this particular scenario, it actually feels like most people in regards to The Mandalorian just get things wrong. Kessel Run Transmissions was like, trailers dropping at this point in time. It didn't happen. They had to kind of walk that back. Other people have made other proclamations and other claims and scoops about what's going to go on with Mandalorian Season 2. We've got nothing. You want to know what we know about Mandalorian so far? What the biggest news of the day was that no one's talking about? Giancarlo Esposito, who at this point is basically the leaker of any and all Mandalorian news that we have, at least in regards to his character and what he knows of what's going on, as vague as he's going to be, has already said that Season 4 is currently being worked on. We know it got greenlit for Season 3, but he's talking about Season 4, meaning, yeah, clearly they're going to do Season 4. We already know that's coming. This is the whole point when it comes to this drama. It's drama for the sake of being drama. It doesn't seem to actually push any narrative. It doesn't seem to actually do anything. There's no corroboration. There's nothing about this. Pedro Pascal is out there tweeting about it. Like it, about the show, like it's nothing, promoting the trailer when it drops. Nothing about this even remotely comes across as being true. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that I won't eat crow if I'm proven wrong. If someone close to the production with verifiable sources comes out, if Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or Variety says something about it, then I'll come out and I'll go, yeah, no, I agree with it more now. But look, you have to follow the trail. You have to follow the trail of where the news comes from, and then you have to weigh the source of that information and put it against their own track record. When it comes to Doomcock, it's all lies. When it comes to Grace, it's highly embellished a lot of the time. And again, scoopers are never going to come out and say that they're wrong right? They're always going to deflect and go, oh, well, it changed last minute, or this whole thing happened. And again, always question the source and question their credibility, whether you like them or not. So that's my thoughts on the Mandalorian drama right now. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. I know this is an audio rant. I'm not on camera. I'm sorry, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I want to go. I want to get this off my chest and then I want to go to bed. So be sure to head on over to facebook.com/groups/3Buck Theater to get in on the action over there. I'll talk to you guys about this all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching. And, hey, may the force be with you.